Hello students. In the last class we have discussed about the characteristic features of phylum Mollusca and phylum Echinodermata. In this class let us discuss the characteristic features and examples of next phylum, that is phylum Hemichordata. Phylum Hemichordata. Phylum Hemichordata. The next phylum is phylum Hemichordata. Phylum Hemichordata is one of the small phylum which includes small group of worms. Phylum Hemichordata includes small group of worms. And the worms which belongs to phylum Hemichordata are marine. They are marine worms, or these organisms are present in marine water, means in salt water, sea water or in ocean water. They are marine animals and they are showing organ system level of organization. They are showing organ system level of organization, means in their body organ systems are present. Group of organs forms organ system. They are triploblastic. Triploblastic means presence of 3 embryonic germ layers such as outer ectoderm, middle mesoderm and inner endoderm. They are triploblastic, bilaterally symmetrical. Body can be divided into identical left and right halves only in one plane. That is called bilateral symmetry. They are bilaterally symmetrical. And coelomates. Coelomates means body cavity is present between gut wall and body wall, which is completely covered by mesoderm. They are coelomate. Then their body is cylindrical shaped. Body of this worm is cylindrical shaped. They have cylindrical shaped body, and body is divided into 3 parts. Cylindrical shaped body which is divided into 3 parts such as proboscis. Body is divided into 3 parts such as proboscis, anterior proboscis. Anterior proboscis means at the top. It is called proboscis. Then collar and long trunk. Anterior means upper portion. That is called proboscis, collar and a long tongue. Means like this. Body of the Hemichordata is like this. It is cylindrical shaped. Their body is cylindrical shaped and it is divided into 3 parts such as anterior proboscis, collar and trunk. 3 parts. It is cylindrical shaped. Then circulatory system is open type. Open type of circulatory system is present. Open type of circulatory system means blood pumped by the heart directly bathes the tissue. Circulatory system is open type. Then respiration or exchange of gases. In case of Hemichordata, respiration or exchange of gases takes place through gills. Through gills, exchange of gases or respiration takes place. Then excretion. Excretion means process of removal of waste from the body. Removal of waste is called as excretion. Excretion takes place by the help of proboscis gland. excretion takes place by proboscis gland or by the anterior proboscis. Anterior proboscis excretion takes place in case of hemichordata. Then sexes are separate. Sexes are separate means we can identify male worms and female worms. Sexes are separate. In the body of single organism, only one type of reproductive organ is present. Either male reproductive system or female reproductive system. Only one type of reproductive system is present in the body of an individual. That means sexes are separate. Then fertilization. Fertilization is nothing but the process of fusion of male and female gametes. Process of fusion of male and female gametes is called fertilization. It is external. Fertilization is external means fusion of male and female gametes takes place outside the female body. Fusion of male and female gamete takes place outside the body, that is external fertilization. Then development is indirect. Development is indirect. Intermediate developmental stages are present, hence it is called indirect type of development. Indirect development. So these are the important characteristic features of phylum Hemichordata. Examples Balanoglossus. Balanoglossus. Balanoglossus or Saccoglossus. Saccoglossus. Balanoglossus and Saccoglossus are two examples for phylum Hemichordata. This is the last phylum which comes under or which comes before phylum Chordata. And Hemichordata exhibits few characteristic features of chordata and invertebrata. Phylum Hemichordata. The next one is phylum Chordata. Next phylum is phylum Chordata. Phylum Chordata. So far we have discussed about non-chordates or invertebrates. Phylum Porifera, phylum Coelenterata, phylum Genophora, phylum Platyhelminthes, phylum Aschelminthes, phylum Annelida, phylum Arthropoda, phylum Mollusca, phylum Echinodermata and Hemichordata. This comes under non-chordates. In this, Hemichordata is a phylum which connects phylum non-chordates with phylum chordates. That means in case of invertebrates, vertebral column is absent or notochord is absent. Organisms in which notochord is absent were included under phylum invertebrates. They were included under invertebrates or non-chordates. Phylum Chordata includes organisms having notochord. Having notochord means presence of notochord. Presence of notochord is one of the important characteristic feature of phylum Chordates, presence of notochord. Then presence of a dorsal hollow nerve cord. Presence of a dorsal hollow nerve cord. Presence of notochord, presence of a dorsal hollow nerve cord, and presence of paired pharyngeal gill slits. Paired pharyngeal gill slits. Presence of paired pharyngeal gill slits are the important characteristic features of phylum Chordates. Important or fundamental characters of phylum Chordates are presence of notochord, presence of a dorsal hollow nerve cord, and presence of a paired pharyngeal gill slits are the fundamental or important characteristic features of phylum Chordates. This is important for 3 marks. Usually they will ask, write the fundamental characters of phylum Chordates or fundamental characters of chordates. For that you have to write presence of notochord, presence of a dorsal hollow nerve cord, and presence of paired pharyngeal gill slits are the fundamental or important characteristic features of phylum Chordata. That means organisms having these characters, organisms having or possessing these characters were included under phylum Chordata. That means whatever the organisms which comes under phylum Chordata shows the presence of notochord, or in that organism we can observe the presence of dorsal hollow nerve cord and paired pharyngeal gill slits. And usually chordates are bilaterally symmetrical. The other characteristic features of phylum Chordates are they are bilaterally symmetrical, they are triploblastic, bilaterally symmetrical, they are triploblastic, they are coelomates. Coelomates means body cavity is present, and they show organ system level of organization. They show organ system level of organization. That means in case of chordates we can observe the presence of digestive system, respiratory system, excretory system, circulatory system, etc. All these things comes under organ system level of organization. They show organ system level of organization, phylum Chordates. Then other characteristic features of phylum Chordates are they have post-anal tail. They have post-anal tail and closed type of circulatory system. Closed circulatory system means blood pumped by the heart directly. They will not pass the tissues or various organs of the body. Instead, blood pumped by the heart passes through various vessels into different parts of the body. Blood pumped by the heart passes into different parts of the body through vessels, blood vessels or veins or capillaries. That is called closed type of circulatory system. And they have post-anal tail. Some of the animals which comes under phylum Chordates have post-anal tail. Post-anal tail means next to the anus. Next to the anus, tail is present. For example, in case of monkeys or in case of rat, you might have seen the presence of tail next to the anus. Post-anal tail is present. And heart is present on ventral side of the body. On ventral side, front side, or on ventral side of the body, heart is present. And usually excretion takes place by excretory organs called kidneys. Kidneys are specially meant for excretion, means removal of waste from the blood. That waste goes out of the body in the form of urine. That excretion takes place by kidneys. Phylum Chordata is divided into 3 subphyla. Phylum Chordata is divided into 3 subphylum. There are 3 subphylum in case of phylum Chordata. 3 subphylum are, it includes 3 subphyla. It includes 3 subphyla such as Urochordata, Cephalochordata and Vertebrata. Urochordata, Cephalochordata and Vertebrata. Urochordata means they possess notochord only in larval tail. Urochordate possess notochord only in larval tail. In the tail of the larva, only in the tail of the larva, notochord is present. Throughout the body, notochord is absent, but it is present only in the larval tail, that in larval stage. In the larval stage, they possess notochord, that is at the tail portion. They are called as Urochordata or Tunicata. Urochordata are also called as Tunicata, means they possess tail only in larval tail, or they possess notochord only in larval tail. Examples for Urochordata: Accidia, Salpa. Accidia and Salpa are examples for Urochordata. One mark question: what is Urochordata? Next one is Cephalochordata. Next type is Cephalochordata. In case of Cephalochordata, notochord extends from head to tail. Here, in case of Cephalochordata, notochord extends from head to tail portion. Notochord extends from head to tail portion. They are called as Cephalochordata. Cephalochordata means here notochord extends from head to tail portion. And means here notochord is present throughout the body. In Cephalochordata, notochord is present throughout the body and notochord is persistent throughout their life. Notochord is present throughout their lifetime and it is present or extends from head to tail, means throughout the body notochord is present. They were called as Cephalochordata. Example for Cephalochordata. Amphioxus. Amphioxus or Branchiostoma. Amphioxus or Branchiostoma. Then third one is Vertebrata. Third subphyla of phylum Chordata is Vertebrata. Urochordata, Cephalochordata and Vertebrata. Vertebrata is the largest subphylum of phylum Chordata. It is the largest subphylum, means Vertebrata includes more number of animals compared to Cephalochordata and Urochordata. It is the largest subphylum of phylum Chordata. And in case of vertebrates, notochord is present only during the embryonic stage. In case of vertebrata, notochord is present only during embryonic stage. Notochord is present only during embryonic stage. Later, that notochord is replaced by cartilaginous or bony vertebral column. Only during the embryonic stage, notochord is present in case of vertebrata. As the organism develops, as the organism or fetus develops, this notochord will be replaced by either cartilaginous or bony vertebral column. In human beings, in the back side, we have vertebral column, bony vertebral column. Earlier, it was notochord. When we were in embryonic stage, at that time, notochord was present. As baby develops, that notochord is replaced by bony vertebral column in case of human beings. Means in case of vertebrates, only notochord is present during the embryonic stage. Later it will be replaced by vertebral column. Example for vertebrata, all vertebrates. All vertebrates means mammals, amphibians, reptiles, birds, fishes. All these organisms comes under vertebrates. All vertebrates are chordates, but all chordates are not vertebrates. All vertebrates are chordates, but all chordates are not vertebrates. Means all vertebrates, human beings, birds, fishes, amphibians comes under phylum Chordata. But all chordates are not vertebrates because some of the chordates may belongs to Urochordata, some chordates may belongs to Cephalochordata. Hence, all chordates are not vertebrates. And in case of vertebrates, ventral muscular heart is present. In case of vertebrates, ventral muscular heart is present, and that heart may be 2-chambered or 3-chambered or 4-chambered. 2-chambered heart means presence of one auricle, one ventricle. 3-chambered heart means presence of auricles and ventricles. 4-chambered heart means presence of 2 auricles, 2 ventricles. Like that. In some organisms or in some vertebrates, 2-chambered heart is present, and in some vertebrates, 3-chambered or 4-chambered heart. For example, in case of fishes, 2-chambered heart is present. In case of amphibians, 3-chambered heart, and in case of mammals, including human beings, 4-chambered heart is present. And in vertebrates, excretion, osmoregulation and excretion takes place by kidney. And locomotion means movement takes place by paired appendages. In vertebrates, locomotion takes place by paired appendages. It may be a paired fins or paired limbs. In case of fishes, locomotion takes place by fins. Whereas in case of human beings or in case of birds, locomotion takes place by paired limbs. Paired limbs means one pair of hind limb and one pair of forelimb. Fore and hind limb. Forelimb means limbs which are present at the front side. Limbs which are present at the back side, that is hind limb. Then subphylum Vertebrata is further divided into classes. Subphylum Vertebrata. vertebrata is further divided into classes based on some characters like presence or absence of jaws. Based on presence or absence of jaws, vertebrata is further classified into classes. Means it mainly includes two divisions. Vertebrata includes mainly two divisions: presence or absence of jaws, agnata and gnata. Agnata and gnata are gnatostomata. Agnata and gnata or gnatostomata are two subdivisions of subphylum vertebrata. In case of agnata, jaws are absent. They lack jaw. Animals which lacks jaw or in which jaws are absent, they are called as, they were included under division agnata, whereas gnatostomata includes or contains or bears jaws. Agnata includes only one class, that is cyclostomata. It includes only one class, that is class Cyclostomata. Only one group of animals. Whereas Gnatostomata includes superclasses. It includes superclass based on the locomotory organelle. Based on the locomotory structure. Based on the locomotory structure, Gnatostomata includes two superclasses such as Pisces and Tetrapoda. It includes two superclasses. One is Pisces. Pisces means fishes. Here they bear fins. Locomotion takes place by fins in case of Pisces, whereas another superclass is Tetrapoda. Tetra means four. Four superclasses comes under Tetrapoda. The Tetrapoda contains limbs. In case of Tetrapoda, locomotion takes place by limbs. A pair of hind limb and a pair of forelimb. Tetra means four. Tetrapoda. Four locomotory structures are present. Means here four limbs are present. Limbs. Two forelimbs and two hind limbs. Or two hands and two legs. Total four. And they bear limbs. Tetrapoda bear limbs, and this Tetrapoda includes four classes. Tetrapoda includes four classes such as Amphibia, class Amphibia, class Reptilia, class Aves, and class Mammalia. It includes Tetrapoda are the organisms which bear limbs as a locomotory structure, and Tetrapoda includes four classes. Tetra means four. Tetrapoda includes four classes such as class Amphibia, class Reptilia, class Aves, and class Mammalia. Here Pisces are having fins as a locomotory structure, and this Pisces includes fishes. Whereas Tetrapoda includes Amphibia, frog, Reptilia, snake, Aves means birds, Mammalia means human beings. This is about the subclassification of subphylum Vertebrata. In the next class, we will discuss the characteristic features of class Cyclostomata. Thank you.